Milogify, hello, how are you doing? How's the sound, alright? Yeah. Hi, Said. All right. How's everybody doing? So here we are again on an evening stream. I'll tell you what an exciting week it's been. So I've been on holiday. I'm still on holiday actually. But I went up to Scotland, believe it or not, as on a research trip. Me and the missus, she was actually doing, she's a professor, but she was doing some research on roadside entrepreneurialism around the North Coast 500 in Scotland. So we basically hired a VW camper van because it had to be done in a VW camper van, apparently. And we went round 500 miles. Looking for roadside entrepreneurialism. And I think in our heads, we thought it would be like Heyday, you know, the game where there's like little circuses on the roadside and people selling, corn on the cob, jugglers, musicians. We just thought for the 500, it would be like full of people and there was like nothing. So we went round and we interviewed about, I don't know, like 4 people. And then we went back round again because we didn't have enough data. did the whole thing again. But it was absolutely like the landscape was absolutely breathtaking. See, when you set out on the North Coast 500, so you're going up the East Coast, right? So you're going up the East Coast first, heading north, and that bit's a little bit boring. There's not much there unless you kind of go off inland and stuff. But as soon as you start getting round, and then as you go into the last sort of, last little bit of it, the landscape is absolutely like breathtaking. There's these mountains that are just amazing. And it was literally like I felt like I was on the moon. It was that epic. In this camper van with sort of, a lot of it was, it was quite a grey sky. And those of you who are on the Discord will have seen, I sent like a little video of a beach we were on. And it looks very grey. But I thought I'd just, take a little video clip of it for people to write music to, was the idea. So yes, so it's good to see people on here on this Sunday evening. So I thought I'd do a bit of playing, but as always, we can have a deep and meaningful discussion about music and creativity and all that good stuff. The Road. Right, the beach reminded you of the book The Road. Cool. Excellent. So I took a few of the videos, and then what I did is I recorded little bits of audio as well that I thought was interesting, but there's only so much like wind, the sea, and birds you can do. But I did a little bit of that as well, and I thought maybe we could see how it goes. Maybe just have a look at XLN, either this session or like another session coming up this week. So there's XLN audio, and I've been using Life, which has been basically Life comes with, Life is a plugin that has another app that goes on your phone, and that app records sound, and you can record sound on your phone, and then you can load it up onto your plugin in your DAW, and that's a really cool thing. Because it's like, it's instant inspiration straight away. All right, let's do a song. I'll do my favourite one. I'll never get bored of it, Distorted Dreams. I don't want to do it no more. I don't want to do it no more. Hi Anshu, how you doing? How's it going? Great. Anshu, do me a favour. If you can, do you want to come over to YouTube and subscribe there if you haven't already? Hi, Pastor Don. How are you doing? Thanks, Ansel. The YouTube is just Tim Hutch, and that'll get you there. My hand's got. I've been out for a run this afternoon, which was great. I did 7k, but I was absolutely wrecked doing it. But I need to lose weight for a very important photo shoot coming up in August. So I was just going through some old tracks that I'd been doing on various lives and things, and this morning. So this was one of them. Which model is this one? Hi, Stelly. Yeah. Well, I'm warming up. you play any other instrument? Well, yes, I do. So I can play a little bit of drums badly, a little bit of keyboards badly, and I sing, shred, and I write a lot of music, so I produce as well. And that's been like one of my main things, actually, producing for a very long time. I'm the other half of McRocklin Hutch, so those tracks I produced, did all the synths and the drums and everything. And that was like basically I had quite a prolific period between, I think, 2014 to probably 2019, I think. And then I kind of transitioned over to McRocklin and Hutch fully. But I was producing a lot of dance music, and there was, I was managed by Two Dutch, really decent dance label, and promoters and agents. So I was managed for them for a couple of years, and and I charted 7 times, and I released well over 120. It's 122 tracks, I always say, because like I stopped counting then, really. McRocklin Hutch is a band, so you can look us up on Spotify. So Thomas is the other band member, and he's an amazing guitarist and very well known, actually. So those are the things I do: singing, production, guitar, very little bits of singing. I mean, there's the odd track actually with me singing on that I've done in the past. Trying to think what else. Oh yeah, and basically I I'm a music coach as well, which is one of my special moves. One of the few music coaches out there that are like, particularly like specifically trained to do music coaching, I should say. So it reminds me, the other thing is in the bio for this, in the description, there's a link to Dischord, Ashel, so it might be worth you jumping on the Dischord as well. Yeah, I mean, guitar's my main thing. And there's Zed saying he can vouch for the coaching for sure. Zed is one of my coaches and very, very prolific in writing and amazing at producing and writing. He really is very, very good. And there is no end to him getting better and better and better. It's just, it's going on to infinity. So, if you can come on the coaching Discord, that would be great. Because coaching, it's just a Discord. We're in there chatting. There's a couple of new things on there. So the first thing is for everybody who is a member of Discord, I am planning to do a free coaching session on Wednesday evening, I think 8 o'clock. There you go. So Z Arcade hasn't had writer's block since he started. So there you go. It's amazing. I mean, actually, makes me emotional hearing that. Because that's the thing. It's awful, that writer's block thing. I remember that, being stuck. But, there's always a move to be made. We just got to make it. So there is a free coaching call coming up on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Now, if you're really keen to get started producing and you've been, trying to make stuff and find it difficult, this session is going to focus you on your career. A lot of the time, a lot of the problems we have, I think, is we don't know what to do next. We're not clear on our next move. And actually, the route to success is being clear on what to do next and then taking that move. And that's what this call's all going to be about. It's going to be about you finding that and I've got a very, very specific exercise that we're all going to do. And it's coaching, so nobody's going to see each other's work or anything like that. The way it'll go is I'll set this exercise, we'll all be on the call, we'll all be able to see each other, and we'll be doing some free writing. And it's going to be 3 free writing exercises. Each one is about 5 to 7 minutes long. And in between those, we'll have a little bit of discussion on the insights that we have, and I can guarantee by after the third one, your head will explode with the possibilities and the feeling of, I was going to say hope there, but actually what's hope? Hope's like, what do you do with hope? Hope, you just wait for hope, don't you? Hope's no good. No, aspiration. You will aspire to making that next move, and you'll know what to do, and you'll be clear, and you'll know how to do it. And you'll find the time, because you're inspired and you want to do something suddenly, right? I have kids. I have other music commitments that I have to do around sort of my other things that I'm doing, writing music, doing these streams. And, we have all these other things that we have to do. But suddenly, when you have a focus, time just literally appears, because time is really how we perceive it, and it's changing that perception. So that's all going to happen on Wednesday. Yeah, so your 8 o'clock is 1 o'clock. Okay, is that, yeah. Well, I'm going to be changing sort of streaming times as well this week. So there's going to be evening ones. There's going to be a Tuesday evening. I think I'm going to try and squeeze in a Monday afternoon stream. There's going to be a Friday one. Possibly like Thursday afternoon, something like that. We'll work around that. We'll work around that, and then maybe Saturday evening. But I'm not sure if that's Thomas or me. But we'll see. So that's where we're up to. I mean, that's the thing with streaming. It's like getting the right time for everybody, isn't it? Yeah. That's the trick. Getting the right time. So it's good to see a few people on here. If there's anybody who hasn't said hello, do say hello. I mean, it's great to have some company here. But yeah, so just getting the right time for everybody. So I'm just staggering it a little bit this week. And then I'll be back to some morning streams and some streams at an appropriate time, I think, in the coming weeks, because it's important to get much more people on here. But as well as like sitting here and shredding on guitar, what I want to do is, I want to do some more production stuff. And then we can see inside what's actually happening there. So I've got plenty of things to share there, that's for sure. As most of you'll know who are on here. So anybody doing anything exciting this evening apart from listening to me? I'll do another track. Oh, I've got some beer. Non-alcoholic though. I'll finish this coffee and then I'll open one. And appreciate the synth line actually. So I remember when I did this, my studio was literally, it wasn't here, I was in a cupboard at the time. And there's this little like step sequencer thing you can get on the push. And I was just messing about with that and this riff came out. Cheers. Well, that's my solo. Hi, Paul. Yes, Paul, I would love to hear the question. Quickly think of a run to do. Right, let's have a look at this question. And I'll tell you what. I'll get my beer and we'll go over to the secret garden. Here we are. Right. Oh, let's have a look. You're going to crack one open, Zed. Why not? Right, is everybody sitting comfortable? If I gig straight to desk using a Zoom G3 XN, how would you sound check it at home when no chance of sound checking before the show? Would you dial it in using studio speakers or a Katana or acoustic setting? Good question. I would dial it in probably on headphones. So whenever, yeah, it is alcohol free. Whenever I'm mixing anything, or coming up with a live tone or anything like that, for me, it's all the sound design's done on my headphones, which is the best studio I've ever had, the studio wear on my head. So these headphones are actually the VSX Slate digital headphones, and they're absolutely amazing. They also come with software, which is like a binaural sort of plugin that allows you to basically sit and listen to your music in a fully functioning studio, and it just emulates NS10s, big sort of midfield speakers, and it's really good. So, I mean, in short, I would do all of my mixing in the most sort of like clinical environment. So for me, it would be headphones. For you, if it's if you're in a sound treated room and you're used to your studio monitors, then just do it there. You hand the sound engineer your lead or whatever for your thing, and it just goes into the desk, and that is it. And if it's mixed right, you shouldn't have to do any further EQing. But you can do a little bit of additional EQing there just so it sounds good in the room. You would never have used headphones yet. I mean, like headphones for me, all of my tracks have been mixed on headphones since 2014, because that's when I started using a laptop. And the reason I did is because I was just so busy having a kid and stuff. I needed to just move about. So I just did all of my music on headphones, and I'd be sitting in, like, she used to go to this thing called Explore Learning, which is like just doing extra sort of like schoolwork and stuff. So I would sit, basically drop her off there, and then I would sit in like Costa Coffee and basically work on my laptop and do some tracks. Going to ballet, sitting with the parents, I'd be producing music. Going to the maths tutor, I'd be sitting in the car producing music. Roller skating, sitting producing music. So I would just move about with my laptop. I used to even have like a Saturday routine when I wasn't so busy, where I would where I used to go and drop the daughter off maths, and then I would do a track in the car. Then I would go into town, and then I would go and have a coffee and work on music, and then I would go to the library and work on music. And it was just great moving about. I got so much like music done, it was like unbelievable. The height of it, I was releasing like an EP a week. It was insane. Right. I'll pop back to here. Wow, half an hour's gone already. Absolutely flying over, isn't it? Just get the chat. So yes, there we go. We'll have a question. Any more questions? jazzy at the end there. Right. I'm just going to take this question over here because it's just easier, isn't it? For me anyway. Right. I've got a question. Any point in using monitors without a treated room? I've been thinking about getting away from the headphones. Right. Yeah, I mean, basically, for years, I used to mix okay. Just basically in an untreated room, but I knew the room was fairly dead, and I knew the room quite well. But it takes time to learn the room. That's the thing. So be prepared to do some terrible mixes till you get used to like hearing that room. The other thing I used to do when I was mixing is the speakers would be really, really quiet. The majority of my mixing, the speakers would be really, really low. What's also interesting as well is a lot of really experienced engineers, when they're mixing, will do a lot of their mixing just on like AirPods or something like that, because at the end of the day, the majority of people are going to be the end user. Is going to be listening on that particular format, a lot of them. So it makes sense to do a mix that way. So really, in short, you can mix anywhere as long as you're used to the room, really. As I say, I think, if you don't like wearing headphones on your head, then, mixing's a great option in the room. And it's certainly great for like writing as well. Sometimes it's nice just to have the headphones off and just, feel the room air around your ears instead of having a hot pair of Gans on. So, yeah. But I think that the main thing is just be prepared that it's going to take time for you to get used to the room. You have to work in that room. When you play 15, 17, 19 frets fast, do you play pinky on the 19th or right finger on the 19th? Yep. I mean, like I like to use my forefinger as much as I possibly can. My Logify. I hope that answers the question. So, yeah, let's have a look. What do I do when I'm up there on the 15th? That's what I'm doing. I would never do that unless I was reaching for that, which is something I've never done till now. So, yeah. 2 seconds. Headphones back. Chaos happening. Thing is, sometimes my headphones kind of glitch out. There we go. Right, I'm back in the room. Yeah, so sometimes though I'll do 1, 3, 4, and so other times I'll do 1, 2, 4. So when I'm down these lower frets, when I need more of a stretch, I'll use 1, 2, 4, especially if there's a lot of strings with 1, 2, 4 on it, like that. Other sort of areas where there's a lot of 1, 3, 4, like that. I'll use that. It's just better for muscle memory, really. Or unless I need a stretch. So pentatonics are a different thing. So I'm using 1, 3, 4. So yeah, it just depends. But for muscle memory, if there's I'm in E minor, so there's like 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, and I can get away with that fingering across 5 strings. So I'll just do it because it makes sense. There's not much sense in me going and then switching to that, because that little bit there, that's quite awkward. So Kendo, can you... I'll just snip back. So Kendo, can you do that as a comparison, but proper monitors are the only way to mix? You can mix on it, as long as you get a good pair of headphones, right? So the trick, I mean, I swear by headphones, and this is the trick with headphones. I've had HD 600 Sennheisers, which are fairly affordable. I prefer the 600 because they're like the most flat ones. There's the 650s as well, which are good, but I think the high end's a little bit hyped. So whatever headphones you're getting, right, what you can do is there's a company called SonarWorks. And what SonarWorks do is they make a correction EQ to make the headphones, even if they're flat, it'll make them super flat. And all it is an EQ curve that sits on your master, this plugin. And it just makes those headphones absolutely flat. So they're just excellent. And very, very reliable way to mix. So that's probably the most clinical way that I can think of mixing, unless you're going to spend, thousands and thousands of pounds on treating your room. So I used that with Sennheiser HD 600s. And then I got a good tip off of a guy called Bassclef, an EDM producer from Australia. And I was talking to him, and he was doing a lot of producing using Bose. At the time it was the QC25s. So I had a pair of QC25s and some 35Cs, both of which were brilliant. And I used the noise cancelling, and again SonarWorks had a correction curve for them. So I found those were really good because I had noise cancelling. I could go anywhere, any noisy, horrible environment, and I could actually work on my music. And I did so many releases like that. In fact, riding out, all of the riding out stuff was made on that, probably me using the Bose. So, but you do need the SonarWorks plugin correction curve, and that sorts it out. Or get VSX headphones, which is what I've got, which are like, obviously they're completely designed for mixing. So the headphones themselves are fairly flat. And then you've got this plugin that basically puts you in a studio. So check those out. And I don't know, there might... It might be lagging. I don't know. Oh, right, seems fine. Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty good here. Great, right, let's have a look who's here. So, anyway, I probably didn't say hello, but there's Chicago. Timmer, how are you doing? Hello, Tim. I need a MIDI controller. Hello, I need a MIDI controller, keyboard. Any suggestions? Well, I love the push. If I had to have one thing, it would be the push all the way. This is good. So that's the complete. I don't really use the software. So complete or push, I think are great. Depends if you want keys or not. Thanks, Adrian. Greetings from Brazil. Great tone. This tone is the it is the Hyper Rig, believe it or not. In fact, I've got my setup here. So this is just my live thing. I've got my Hyper Rig here, and what I've got is I've got the McRocklin suite, and I've got the Kiesel Hyper Rig as well. But my main lead tone is the Hyper Rig. We can have a look at that. Hyper rig. There we go. It's cold. It's one of mine. Face melter. So what am I doing on this? So that's my preset. A little bit of EQing at the end there, some effects. I'm using this drive pedal as well, the blue one. So yeah, that's my face melter. It's for tomorrow, right? Because I need to get back into making content. So I'm just going to make a video about how I make a high gain tone. And I'm just thinking, like, I'll just get straight into it. It'll be bang. This view, I'll get it up, and you know, I'll take people through the process of how I do it. Do you think we'll see polychrome on I have no idea. I think they've got everything covered, and I'm sure it'll be on everything. They'll have it on your TV if they could. So my playing's a little bit confused today because I've been fiddling about with it. I've been upgrading my technique, so I'm going through that very sort of like fragile state where you're kind of getting used to it. But what I've started doing is this. It's a hybrid picking thing. And I've become sort of addicted to, I mean, I always was anyway, doing 2-on-2 shapes. But what I'm doing is I'm doing it across 6 strings, and kind of I was looking for a really, you know, good way of doing it that would sound, because I do like a lot of hammers from nowhere, and sometimes that can be a bit tiring. Plus, I do a lot of playing on acoustic guitar, and I like this stuff to kind of come with me. And sometimes, like on an acoustic guitar, it doesn't sound as good. So, what I've been doing is this thing where you pick, and then you pick 2 notes down. So pick, hammer, pick, hybrid, pick, hybrid, and then the rest of it's sweeping back. And then what you're trying to do is like even that all out, so the picking and the hybrid all sound dynamically about the same. And it sounds really good. Of course, you can do it right on 5 strings. So it's just a really kind of clear way to do things. But I'm at that phase of kind of I'm putting it into my playing. So like other things get a little bit confused. But it's working out really good. So I've been doing that, and then I've been doing like 2-on-2, like pentatonic shapes. So stuff like that. But because I'm not sweeping it all, it's a little bit tricky. Yes, right. Let's do some more music. Aha. I'm all over the place today. Hi, Spentos. How are you doing? It's a killer tone to me. Sounds contemporary, but there's a bit of nostalgic 80s flavour in it. Yeah, it's probably the reverb giving us that. And a bit of my playing, actually. So I have, and there's a guy who comes in here called Des, and he spotted it actually, and I was very surprised. But I have a secret guitar influence, which isn't a secret now, and it's a guy from the 80s who unfortunately died of AIDS. Yes, I like Time Cop, 1987, good stuff. So, and that guitarist's Alan Murphy. So a lot of sort of like when I do whammy bar stuff, it's kind of based off what he would do, really. But so I think that's where I get it from, and the legato thing kind of sits quite well with synths. Probably more a bit of early Greg. When I was going running, I was listening to a bit of Greg Howe. It might be because like I use a lot of fourths, like with pentatonic scale, so it's that kind of thing. And ninths and things like that. There's also a little bit of chromatic in my playing as well. So who have we got on here? I think I've said hello to everybody. Yeah, I enjoyed that track. Now. Oh, thanks for the clap, Scott. Have you just come on? Or, oh no. Right. I don't know if I noticed you before, Scott, but hello anyway. So just again, anybody who missed what I said earlier on the Discord, if you're not on the Discord, the link is in the description to this video, to this live performance. And what it is if you're on the Discord, I've just mentioned to everybody that I am going to do a free group coaching session with everybody who's interested on Zoom, and we're going to do some free writing, and basically we're going to find out what you want to do with your music careers and making music and creativity and all that kind of stuff. And you'll find it very, very insightful, and you'll get very, very excited, and you'll want to start doing stuff. After that session, I can almost guarantee it. Okay. So if you can make it, it's going to be Wednesday, 8 p.m. The other thing is you get to see me in full-on coaching mode. Which will be interesting for you. I'm just the same person, really. But so yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing some people on there. So that's like one thing that I'm doing just to give a bit extra value to the world. The other thing is I'm thinking about doing maybe a once a month, potentially like a masterclass as well. Now I've got, when we get some more people on the Discord, we'll see what the numbers are like on the Wednesday. But then what I might do is like once a month have like I'll call it a coaching gym, right? But I'll just say, right, anybody can come on at this certain time. You can just come on to Zoom and I'll let you in, and I'll, if there's any questions or anything like that, I'll just start coaching you. Something I've been wanting to do for ages, actually, to have like this coaching gym, and just where, people can call in and, if you're stuck, you've got somebody there, haven't you, to help you. So there's been a few like little ideas like that I've had as well. Oh, Adrian, thank you. And if you haven't, I'm sure you've subscribed. So do subscribe, Adrian, and do join the Discord. So what it is like my channel is just like a bit of everything, really. Evening streams, we're kind of chilling out, and I'm playing a bit of guitar, really. But we're always chilled out. But a lot of the time, it's me producing a piece of music. Like I sit down and I just start like writing some stuff, and you get to see what I'm doing. So I'm on my live setup at the minute. But yeah, I think I'll do another stream this week. So one of the streams I'll be doing, I'll do my live looping template, which is pretty mental, to say the least. We can get that out. And then the other thing I've got is just my full studio template as well, and I'll show people that. And I have a whole process of how you can develop a template for yourself. I mean, templates are important. I know some people are just like, they'll just go in and just a few blank tracks in the door and off they go. But I think it's best to have a few things at hand. If you had a real studio, you wouldn't unplug everything, would you? And then get it out the next time. Alex Stewart, how are you doing? I don't know if this is the first time you're on here, but if you are and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, there's the Discord to engage with as well. So if you jump on the Discord, that would be absolutely brilliant, because then we can continue the discussion, and we're there talking about music and all sorts of cool stuff there. Oh, you've already subscribed. That's brilliant. But yeah, it's great to see you on here. I don't know if you make music yourself or play guitar or whatever, but if you've got, I'm a trained music coach. So if there's any sort of like questions you've got, anything you want to share, that would be brilliant. I'm here. I am always here to help. I always love that kind of stuff. And of course, I run like a music coaching business as well, and I coach groups of producers. So if there's anything that you want to talk about, we can do that. Always down to learn. Brilliant. That's great, Alec. New subscribe and Dischord, brilliant. That's what I like to see, Agent. So I'll look forward to seeing you on there. One of the things we've got is, and I'll be doing mine on Monday, is we have the accountability. So if there's anything that you want to be held accountable for, you can post into the accountability. So, my last one was to do 4 streams and also to practice my 2-1-2 pentatonic shapes. So that was mine. This week I'll be having a different one, which again will be based on the lives and something to do with music making, I would imagine, and micro practice on guitar. So we do that, and you can just set yourself like a weekly goal, really. And if you want to do that, then you're accountable to the group. And I think it tends to, by doing that, it just lights a fire under you. There's absolutely, once I put, I am going to do 4 streams and 7 splurges, there was absolutely no way that week that I was not going to do those things. So when you post something up in the accountability thing, make it smart. So make sure it's measurable. Excellent. Oh, Scott definitely agrees with that. Scott, did you have something in there? Anyway, so just everybody else who's put something in the accountability, if you didn't make them measurable, because then it's definitely, and feel free to set the bar low as well. Because a lot of times, where we go wrong with stuff is we just give ourselves too much to do. I think every single time I coach somebody, we do this thing called a minimum viable commitment. Like, how much time, right, can you spend on music a day? And they'll go, I can do 2 hours a day, right? Remember, you got to spend, how much music can you spend every day on music if your life depended on it, and you've got to do it for the rest of your life, and if you miss a day, you'll die, right? 2 hours straight, and then next week, I missed a few, I couldn't do it. And when you start missing them, you get demotivated. That's the thing. My minimum viable commitment, because I said something like 4 hours, ridiculous to my coach, And incidentally, I have a coach. I have 2, just in case you're wondering, because I just think they're absolutely essential. It keeps you going, and it keeps you moving, and it keeps you progressing. And it's somebody to reflect about your creative practice and what's going on around that, and all the conditions that can potentially affect that. You've got somebody there who you can talk to, who will ask you, questions that will help you generate insights into how you can solve problems. But my minimum viable commitment, I was like, 4 hours. I can do that 4 hours. And he was like, really? Can you do that 4 hours every day? And then I went off and did it. Missed loads of sessions, completely fucked the whole thing up. Came back, and then I had to lower it. And by the time I was finished, right, my minimum viable commitment has been 5 minutes. Now, that probably seems ridiculous. I used to be in the mentality of like, all right, to produce a song, I need a full day, or I need days, right? And there was never a full day ever clear. So anyway, it was just always depressing. I never could realize I could finish anything. Totally disorganized. But then basically what happened is, you know, one of the things being a minimum viable commitment, 5 minutes, there was always something I could do. And I'd have little bits of jobs I could do on a track. And so it was always worth flipping the laptop, quickly going on and doing something for 5 minutes and doing these really short sessions. And the progress I made was just like immense. Yeah, so there's Zed's down to 5. I'm back to 15. Yeah. And it's great having a minimum viable commitment. The lower the better, because there's always time to do something. That's the point, isn't it? The good thing about the 5 minute thing, you think, well, I've only got 5 minutes to do. Even if you don't feel like doing anything, I've only got 5 minutes to do. So you start doing it, and in 5 minutes, because what happens is, because you think you've only got 5 minutes to do something, it gets you into flow. I mean, one of the conditions of flow is the fact that time dilates. So basically, hours can feel like half an hour. So the conditions that we experience in flow, we can actually use to get us into flow, and time is another one. If we've got something to beat or push against, it gets us much more focused. Right, I'll play us another song. What we got?
Got to find a flaw in his plan. Got to find a flaw in his plan.
No, that's Neon Skies remix. Where is it? All right.
Everyone in the village is speaking of
All right, Alec. Good to see you.
the monster.
well, that was fun. Yeah, everything on here is original. So some of the stuff is McRocklin Hutch. That was a McRocklin Hutch track. So actually, that was wrote when I wasn't playing guitar in the band. I was just doing the production. So like it's all my thing. So that was like the period where I was transitioning over from dance music into synthwave, really. And then all the other stuff is just stuff I've been writing. So there's also we also have on Spotify, there is Dreamstream, and there's something like 256 tracks which I wrote there, and then Thomas mastered. So that's and that's all from just music that I've wrote. You know, I get up in the morning and I write music, and that's what I do, and release some of it. So that, yeah, there's 256 tracks there released. There's all the McRocklin Hutch stuff. You know, there's about 30 tracks. I've got, you know, a ridiculous amount of tracks on the dance front. And then I've got another, but we didn't do them all. With Dreamstream, the total was 401 tracks. So there's still, I can't do the maths, but there's still probably another 200 anyway left to release. That I've got kind of hanging around. I've been putting the odd instrumental up actually on YouTube just for people to jam over as well. Just stuff that, you know, there's a couple of tracks I did recently that I thought, oh, that's quite nice to sort of jam on and do that. But I've released that much music. It's like, you know, and then the other thing I've got is my old band from the late 90s is back out, Freakstar. So I archived all the material on SoundCloud, totally different from this, mind. And I've started shooting little bits of videos for that. So there's loads going on. But everything I do is synthwave, electronic based. It's always original. Unless I'm doing one of my like let's have a look. Hold on. Help to know if I knew what key they're in. Try this. I was just getting the melodic bit there. Paul Levi's, feel free to steal any riffs you want. But that wasn't original. That was something lifted off the internet, off a royalty-free thing on YouTube, I think that me and Thomas were playing on. Hi, Doctor. How you doing? Now, Doctor, if this is the first time that you're on this channel, please do subscribe, because it'd be great to have the support. There's also the Discord where we're on there talking about music and creativity and all of that kind of wonderful stuff. Thank you, Adrian. Too beautiful. Thank you. But yes, I mean, Paul, if there's any riff that you want me to quickly show you now, I can. My playing's a bit ropey today, to be fair. Probably because it's been a busy day and I'm like... Right. Right. Legato run. Alright. So here's one of them. Where was I? I was in D minor, wasn't I? Right, so it went. Something like that. That's one of them. It's hard to do it slowly, like, because I just make it up, you see. So that's one of them. I'll do this other thing where it's that's quite awkward to play. So we've got yeah, so the minor, but they'll work major as well. So the idea behind that, I think, was I wanted something that combined minor third, and pentatonic, which was that. But I do a lot of the... There's a lot of that. There's a lot of groups of 7. It's just like loads of stuff. So that used to be, that one used to be a hammers only thing. So was... And then you kind of descend down a D minor 7. We can pick all of these. Oh, there we go. Here's a legend. Des. Des, hi. How you doing? Good to see you on here. Just been talking about legato. I was mentioning Alan Murphy as well, so thanks for sending the Alan Murphy solo thing. That was great. I think I might have heard it before, but what a player. Underrated. Secret influence that isn't secret anymore. Non-alcoholic. Yeah, it's really good. I just love his. I love his whammy bar stuff. So I'm just looking for other tracks to play. Interesting. No, Paul, I can't handle it. Hi, Joy. 7 strings here. It's coming along. Was good, that delay bouncing around in my head. Yeah, so hi Gisela, how you doing? Good to see you on here. Have you been what you've been working on lately? Have you been building any sort of Ableton racks? I'm still up for track. You can send me any Ableton racks, and I'm happy to try them out. You need a yeah, have a coffee. I'm gonna have another beer. And I'm gonna go to the secret garden. Here we are. I'll take the chat with me. Right. Oh. All right, everybody. All honesty, how's the green wall looking? Does it look all right? it doesn't look like too much of a green splodge in the background. I'm hoping it looks all leafy and nice. I just organise this a bit. So yeah, just in case anybody's interested, my live setup at the minute needs some. Actually, you're right. I need some birds. So this is my setup. I've got basically Kiesel and Hypertune, and I've got the Kiesel Hyper Rig and I've got the McRocklin Suite. So on my pedals, I've got high gain. So this is like the Hyper Rig. So that's my main lead tone at the minute, and then I've got a low gain. Which sounds great. And then I've got a funky. So that one I've got like, I'm using a lot of the room sound. Top row is McRocklin Suite. So I've got the crystal. Wow, I can get lost in that. In fact, this sound goes really good with the foliage, doesn't it? That's what you want to play in a secret garden. Now what's this next one? So this is just a really clean to play some solos on. And then lastly is my other main patch, which I tend to use all the time when I'm doing the lives with Thomas. This is called Alive, and it's in the McRocklin Suite. So that's that one. But I'm really digging the Kiesel Hyper Rig at the minute. I think it's excellent. It's quite forgiving. I kind of like the way on this patch my picking sort of sounds. Let's play another track. I'm starting to warm up now. But what can I play? What's down? Oh, God. Right, I don't know. Sync is slightly off, dude. We'll work with it. I don't... Right. I don't know what to do when we're out of sync. Right, Paul's in sync. For the hell of it. There we go. Real DJs don't use sync. Mind you, that's one thing I've never done, DJing. But it was like one thing in my dance career, like that was looming. It was going to be at some point I was going to have to learn. Then the pandemic kind of kicked in. By which time I was back to shredding. All right. So just again, anybody who's on here who's not, subscribe to the channel, please subscribe. Breakdance career. Actually, one of my favorite genres that I dip in and out of, and actually, like, there's a McRocklin Hutch track that I did, which we've got somebody like really well known on, but we haven't finished it. Happens to be a breakbeat track. I was actually teaching a guy guitar called Elliot Adamson, who's, believe it or not, before I even met him, he's from the same place as me, Newcastle. And I really love his style of just the way kind of like his quirkiness when he's making dance music. It's great. But anyway, he wanted to learn guitar, so he was coming to me for guitar lessons for a bit. And he kind of put me back onto breakbeat, because breakbeat just ended up like awful at one point. There was just a point I just couldn't listen to it, but it's come back cool again. So yeah. So that's one element of dance, and it still is cool. So it's managed to, stay with me for about a year. But unfortunately, I really fell out of love with dance music. It was just becoming really sort of very samey and just really hard to get inspired by stuff. So the next live stream that's going to happen, I'm going to be doing more studio production stuff, and I'm leaning towards doing, as I'm playing a bit of guitar at the minute, doing more the live looping thing, and then the next stream after that will be more production. So yeah, interesting. It is interesting. Interesting how you can fall, just interesting with dance music, how it can just all sound the same and just like naff, and then I can't deal with it and then have to do something else. Well, what time have we got? I'll do one more track, maybe. Has to be locked in. I've never been locked in, but I've been locked out the house before. Oh, I've got to hear this. I wonder what music have you been listening to, Chozilla? Okay. Oh. All right, let's bring the chat over here. Listening to Online Part of Your Lifetime, but it's a boy band track to one of my favourite video games. All right. I'll check it out. How about that? Right, anybody want to ask anything before I go? Because I'm kind of coming up to the 2 hour mark. As I'll say, please, I promise, and send me some racks. Oh, that's another thing. Actually, talking about Ableton Live, there's been quite a few Max for Live stuff that I've been getting into lately, like really good. So I'm going to share some of those on not the next live after that when I'm doing more production-y stuff. But that'll be a cool thing to see. Other than that, anybody here who's not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Oh, look at that. Someone gave me a thumbs down. Never mind. I can live with that. You've got a nice rack on your t-shirt, yeah. All right, Paul, see you. God, honestly, I've never ever had a thumbs down till today. But never mind, because I've got 21 thumbs up. But I wonder why I got a thumbs down. Probably too many wrong notes. What was I going to say? Yeah, so... Oh, there's 22. I feel better now. Terrific sound. Thanks for sharing your talent with us anytime, Adrian. There'll be more streams this week coming up. But yeah, and join the Discord. And anybody else, subscribe. It's all cool. And I think that's it from me. Oh, yes. On Wednesday, there will be a free writing lesson, coaching session. A bit different from lesson, but do we do counselling session? Yes, I do counsel. I do music counselling sessions. Yeah, actually, that's an interesting one because there are obviously there's the group coaching. So I'll coach people in groups most of the time, but then I do one-to-one coaching, which is what you call non-directive coaching, and that's simply where I only ask you questions. And that's all I do. I ask you questions based on information that you tell me, and hopefully that'll solve all your musical problems. For newcomers, info on the Discord. Right, so there's the Discord link in the description. So that's the first thing. The second thing is there's lots of different rooms to go into. So we've got the general chit chat that we have. And then there's things like I've added a new one actually, which is ideas and inspiration. There's the accountability, which is my favorite one. So if you want to be held accountable to anything and any projects that you want to get finished, you can put something in there, just make it measurable. There's the usual production kind of nerding out plugins place. Oh, Pleasure's Chozilla. So there's that. Thumbs up, yeah. I'll give myself a thumbs up as well. And a pat on the back. Cool. And that's it really for today. So I'll see you guys for the next stream, which will be possibly tomorrow afternoon. See you then. Bye.